We are back with the Guy Dawson Show at the World Center of Broadcast Media, WCOBM.com. My name is Guy Dawson, and again, I'm the managing member of Classic Communications, a full-service public relations advertising firm. We are broadcasting live from the Gene Woods Racing Experience in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. I have Kwan to my right and Louie Cordone, a mortgage lender, to my left. Kwan, you had a question for Louie about the services that he provides.
Yeah, because you mentioned the interest rate is very low, and my question to you is, should we take a full advantage of that to maximize the leverage? So, which means if buying one property as investment property, should you buy more, 3 or 5, to take advantage of a lower interest rate before going higher?
Well, if you're going to buy investment property, first of all, it's at least 20 to 25% down. So if you're in that financial position to do that, yes, you have to remember the rate of return. A lot of people think, well, let me see, I got a house that's worth $300,000, I'm getting $500 profit at the end, and at the end of the year, $6,000 on $300, I'm getting very little money for my bang for my dollar. But in reality, what it is, it's based it on your down payment. So let's say we'll simplify it, and you bought a house for $100,000, you put $25,000 down, you're making $500 a month, so you got $6,000 in income based on a $25,000 investment. Okay, that's almost 30% return on your money every year. That's not a bad investment. So if people want to invest in property, you have to do your due diligence, obviously, and hand-on approach. But there's good return. And remember, your property is appreciating most likely every year here in Vegas, anyways. So it's a win-win. So if you want to buy homes and you want to buy investment, I do invest in properties. Give me a call. Call me direct, 702-203-7920, 702-203-7920. Or if you have any questions, just email me, louie.cordone@freedommortgage.com.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
More questions, Kwan?
Yeah, in other way to ask you the similar question, should someone pay off their home, then use the rest money invest to spend on investment, or should they take the equity out of their home to maximize? That's an accountant question. I couldn't answer that question. I do have an opinion on it, but if somebody takes my opinion and it's wrong, I got problems. So you're better off asking your accountant or your tax attorney that question. How about the economic cycle? People saying like a stock market, the real estate market usually takes 7 to 10 years, then going up, then the full cycle starts going down again. To my knowledge, our real estate, our housing market started going up, picking up from 2010 or 11, really begin picking
it's picked up. Right.
Yeah, because 2008 and 2007 was really down. Stayed there for a little while, then started picking up from 10 or 11. So now it's almost over half cycle. So you would see there's a couple of years, then the advantage will be gone.
I have no idea. Again, I'm a meat potato mortgage guy. I'm the best at what I do, and I do mortgages, residential mortgages. As far as investments and that's something you need to talk to, like I say, a tax attorney or an accountant.
Yeah, one question I did have for you, Louie, is that you were touching a little bit on some of the special loan programs that are still available to people out there, where they can get help with closing costs and things like that.
Well, what I do, first of all, our company, Freedom Mortgage, we have VA, FHA, conventional, jumbo loans. That's any loan over 417, and we have a product called Home is Possible program, where basically we're giving you 4% towards your down payment, which is a great, for people who live in apartments, just don't have the down payment, but have the good credit, and they can monthly payment, that's the best program. Just give me a call, 702-203-7920, and I can help you. I mean, just ask a question.
It is surprising for a lot of people is that they don't think that they can get a loan, and you'd be amazed at what you could qualify for.
Yeah, you don't have to have a 750 FICO score to get a loan. We go as low as 580. I mean, on some programs. So, like I said, email me, Louie.Cordone@freedommortgage.com, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions.
Louie, may I ask you in Chinese? It will be easy, lots of easier for me.
I have an interpreter now. I understand you learned.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm ready for being the interpreter.
Yeah, let's try.
Okay.
你好吗?
Yeah. Okay.
你好吗?
Interpret.
你好吗? How are you?
I am doing fine.
Yeah. Next question will be about a mortgage. Maybe our next month's goal.
Well, as long as we're at this table.
No, let's play some.
Yeah, let's
play some blackjack.
Yeah,
or
no.
what?
Well, you know what? With her, I think we should play some Pai Gow. Is what we should play. Yeah.
By the way,
This
you're
is
no
great.
stranger to cameras.
Is this the way like Wolf Blitzer got started at a table like this? This is why Vegas wins all the time. They give you 2 drink spots. Yeah. By the time you're done, you're drunk. You lose your money.
You're giving away the secrets of how we get the show up and running, Louie.
Right, there you go.
But you are a guy who's been in front of the camera before, and you've been in entertainment for.
Well, I'm Italian, so most of the Italian guys in front of a camera usually go.
Olden days are in 50s.
Yeah, there you go.
Mob.
There you go. Yeah, mob. Yeah.
No, you're not a mob guy. You're a stand-up comedian.
Yeah. My wife gave me the mop, the bucket challenge, and put a mop in it. So that's where I'm at. Yeah, I did stand up here locally in Vegas and back east in Buffalo, where I'm from. Buffalo, New York, guys. How are you? Hope you're listening.
As a matter of fact, that's how you got out here in the first place. You came out here to be a stand-up comic.
Well, no, I was in the witness protection program, so they sent me out here.
What good is it if you're in the witness protection program and you tell everyone?
I changed my name. My name is Louie Cordone. Used to be Luigi Cordone.
Let's just hope nobody recognizes him out there, huh, Kwan?
No more secret.
No more secrets
from today.
No more secrets. It's so great. Vegas is great.
Where did you do stand-up comedy?
Here locally?
Yeah.
In Vegas?
What
or
casinos?
Basically, all of them. The Riviera at the time, the Improv, the Catch a Rising Star. I did them all here. It was fun, but it's Vegas. It's always turning. Catch a Rising Star became Brad Garrett's Comedy Club, and the names changed. But as I went on, I got into the mortgage business, and I really loved what I was doing. And comedy didn't put my kids through college. The mortgage business did. So I kind of focused on that more so than stand-up.
It is tough business, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, but
being
it's
a stand-up comic?
Oh, yeah, it is difficult. Writing material was the easy part for me. It's the business part of the show business that kind of is not fun in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
The best part of the comedy world is being in front of an audience.
Getting up there and actually performing on stage.
Yeah. The worst part is trying to get paid after the show. Hey, I didn't think you were that funny. Here's $20. You promised me $30. Hey, there's tax.
Right? Things like that.
Things like that. You took a bottle of water that was $8, plus $2 for the tip. Here's your $20. But
do you have a most memorable performance?
No, they were all good. All good. Yeah, they were all a lot of fun. They were all good. We had there was actually, it's not the memorable performances, the nightmare performances that I remember most. I did a show in front of people who didn't speak English.
Where was that?
That was at Bally's at the time. Used to be the old MGM before they moved over. Yeah, they put I guess there was a tour bus, and they put them in the comedy room because they had no place to put them. And in the meantime, we started a comedy show thinking we had a full house, and they were all speaking Spanish, and I'm saying, hey, how you doing? Where you from? No comprende. Okay. That was
At least you didn't have to worry
that
about
was a nightmare.
running
but you know
off
what?
the stage.
At the end, they had a couple of tacos. They were great people. Like when
Will you let the viewers know how they can get in contact with you for your mortgage lending services?
Absolutely. You can call me. Like I say, call me direct because I always answer my cell phone. It's 702-203-7920, 203-7920. Or you can reach me, email me at louie.cordone@freedommortgage.com.
Thanks for stopping by,
Thank
Louie.
you
See
for
you all
having
in a
me.
few
This was
minutes.
a lot of fun, and I'm doubling down right after the commercial.